Hey there guys, how you doing? It's Drew here, and today is day number 225 review video here for my progress inside Traiex, and we're catching back up to the days that the website was down, and then they had made changes to the bot, which those changes did not actually work out for profitability for at least my account. It's about 40% of the accounts actually made way more money. And then about 60% of the accounts actually lost a bit of money when they did those changes to the account, which was like an update to the bot. And then, once they saw the results there. And here's the thing is that they made those changes and then the market had that big, huge crash on the 10th. So that had a big issue with why it wasn't profitable over those days. So even though after all that, when they turned things back on, we had... we'll go to trading view. We had this day here in Bitcoin, which was still kind of a tough day for Bitcoin, which was this day here. So that's when they had the bots turned back on right there. So basically on the 10th, so they made the changes on the 9th, which would have been here. So they made the changes there. That was a profitable day with the changes. So, and it was a down day as well. So those changes actually worked in a normal market. And then we had this day here, which was the start of the big, huge crash, which lasted pretty much, actually the 11th, it looks like it was the worst. But the 10th and the 11th was that big market crash there. And then after that, website was under maintenance. This day here, my bot, I noticed, was holding 40% Bitcoin, which it actually ended up creating like a 1.2% gain that day. So it was very profitable that day, but it was just because it was holding 30% of Bitcoin in there, right? And then this day here, it was everything was off this day, and it made a little bit, like hardly anything. I think it was like $2 and something. So hardly anything, not even like it couldn't even show up on, like, it'd be like 0.02 or something like that day. And then this day here, and this day, the website was under maintenance, so the bots were all turned off, all that kind of stuff. And then the website came out of maintenance. And this day here, we had a loss, which this day here, guys, this was actually my biggest loss there, not these 2 days. This day was my biggest loss with the Traiex bot there. And what they ended up doing was they realized, okay, these settings are not good for the market conditions we're in, which now they would be freaking awesome, like today, because we have a nice bullish candle here today. But they decided to change them back. But what I've noticed is they've changed it back. The bot is still trading a lot. Like I think it's done 80 plus trades today that I've noticed in my trade history. Like for instance, the buy and the sell together, it'd be like 40 trades or something like that, right? They made the changes on this day here. The changes were made. My bot created a bit of profit there. I turned my bot back on at like 12:20 in the afternoon. Once I saw the announcement that they had made the changes back to how they were basically all the way through, all this trade history back here, which was extremely profitable, 0.50% per day on average, 7 days a week. I'm happy with that, right? And then, this day here, creating some really nice profits. I think I've made roughly around 0.80 or something like that today, which it's this is definitely a bullish day. Like it's moved from 106 to 109, and it looks like it's not really stopping. Where's my trend lines on here? Yeah, so we're almost at the point where, personally, I feel if we can hold support above this line on a daily candle. So for instance, if tomorrow or the next day's daily candle, opens and stays above this green line, I think we're actually going to go up and create a new high, right? If it was to go close below this line, like for instance, if we were to trade like this and then a daily candle closes below this line, we're probably going to go down, and it would be a big, huge drop there, I'll say, right? So yeah, it's good that they changed the settings back with the bot. It's definitely not going to be as profitable as the settings. Not like, basically they've changed the settings back to something similar to what we saw through here. The settings they had changed back on, I believe it was this day here or this day. Yeah, it was this day here, the 9th. those settings, they would have been so profitable for like a day like today, like a bullish day, guys. But on a bearish day, it would probably create like a loss or a, not that much profit type thing, right? So I'm happy they have it the way it is because it's good for like any scenario. Like if the market's going down, we're going to create some profit. If the market's going up, we're going to create some profit. And those days are not like the percentages are not going to be like crazy if it's a bullish day and crazy if it's a low day, like the opposites kind of thing. Guys, there's like this day here, guys, where that big, huge drop happened. Actually, you know what? I was looking at the wrong chart. That's why I was like, what's going on here? I thought it was the 10th that was the big drop, but this one says the 11th. This is actually the Bitcoin USD chart, which I should have been, sorry guys, I should have been looking at the USDT chart, which is this guy here. As you can see, the symbol's USDT there. So yeah, it is the 10th was that big, huge drop day. And yeah, anyways, you know what I'm saying here, guys. I think we're back on track. We're doing good. And we basically, if you're looking at this stuff and you're wondering what direction Bitcoin is going in, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is if we can form support above here on a daily scale, daily chart, we're going to go up. If we form a bullish pattern, meaning we're going to break below this red line here, which goes like years and years back, then it's going to be bearish. And we're probably going to have that 70 to 80% discount in Bitcoin over the next 4 years, right? What seems crazy. And my only thing with why I'm kind of sitting on the side now where I think we're going to go up and create a new high is because if we go back in time, like if we were to go to the weekly chart here, you'll notice, and we really go out really far back, you'll notice that a high in Bitcoin, like this is a high, and then that's not even considered a high, but like that's the high there for the last couple bull runs. You can see, like, what does it look like, guys? It looks like a freaking mountaintop, right? Like it's just like boom. And this one here is pretty much like a double top, but it's supposed to look something like this or something like this or something like this, right? Where it's extremely bullish. It's not extremely bullish. It's just slowly going blump, 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 up, up, up. And it's not making this big, huge, like, mountaintop peak and then coming down, like slowly like that and then having something like this, right? So that's the only thing for me that tells me like we're not at the top just yet. And the top is like around 200K or so, right? But I want to stay safe and I want to be realistic about things. So that's how I have this set up here, guys, is that, if we break below this, we're going down. If we break above this, we're going up. But here's the thing is with Traiex, none of that matters. Like you're not the one actually pressing buy and sell there. The bot's doing all the work for you. And they have things set up now, as you're going to see here pretty soon. Like it's back to, I think, better than it was before, through all this here when I was saying like, oh, this is great, 0.50% per day on average. I think we're actually going to see better averages now. I think we're going to see 0.70 could be an average or 0.65 could be an average now. And we'll know probably within the next 2 months. We'll have enough data to like back that up, right? So as of now, things looking good. Okay, so let's shoot on over here. We're going to do the, what I normally do. So we got to open up the Grok. We got to go to the YouTube channel. And I guess yesterday's video doesn't matter because it wasn't a daily review video. This was like the past 8 days review video. So since the big market crash to pretty much when they turned things back on, my account was down 2.83%, which was about $140 USDT. Now we're sitting at, I think we're just around $100 right now. So it made like $40 or something, my account over the last 24 hours, which is pretty good considering during this time here, I actually did a withdrawal of $1,500 out of my account. So it's having a really, it's having a really good time there, the bot. Okay. So we're going to go through this and we'll sort things out. So we've got, we have to actually go to Facebook and use yesterday's post as the, how much was in the account there. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of out of breath. I just took my son to a birthday party and we're late, so we're like running. We're running because it was he was going to a birthday party at an escape room, and they have to be like in the room at a certain time. And we were like, it was 12:15 when we were supposed to be like, I was supposed to have him in the room. and we got there at 12:07, and we have to like sign in and stuff. So I was like, just like, we were like running to get there. It's pretty crazy, right through the parking lot. So I'm kind of out of breath here. Even though that was like 30 minutes ago, but you guys know, if you've heard my story about my lungs and stuff like that, about like when I was a baby and they got ruined and all that kind of stuff, then you know why. Like I don't last that long if I have to do some kind of endurance thing. So this is the number we need here is 487775. So I got to grab my command, which is this guy here. We got to pop that in there, and then we're using 4877 point, I think it was 75, right? Yep. And then we're going to grab the number in the exchange right there. So 492151. 49. It's crazy, eh? 4921.51. Let me just double confirm that. 51, not 21. 50. Yeah, I did do 51. There you go. Okay. So that's that. That's one day's result, guys, from the balance being that big. Like, that's crazy if you think about it. That's pretty good. For like something where you're not sitting there like doing the trades on your own, like it's just trading for me, 0.90%. So with the settings they've put in place now, guys, I made 0.90% with a trading bot trading in the spot market. Like, it's not trading in a futures market. Like, it's extremely safe, and it made 0.90%. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, we saw, guys, this is awesome because on the 10th of October, we saw the worst case scenario for the bot. Like, the market had crashes like we've never seen. Like, guys, Bitcoin has never crashed like it did on the 10th. Sure, it's crashed over months. It's had, a crash of, say, 30%, or like over a 4-year period, it's had crashes of 80%, 70%, something like that. It's never had a crash within minutes like it did on the 10th of October. Like, it's, guys, I know a lot of people that aren't involved with crypto, like, you don't really understand what happened on the 10th there. You're just seeing like, oh, Trump made it crash. And that's kind of the news that the media is saying, which is totally not the truth. It's the market makers that crashed the market, and they crashed it in the stock market, which then reflected upon the crypto market, right? So, yeah, we've never seen anything like this happen before where it crashed that much that fast. Like, we're talking within minutes. I think it was like an hour and something. It crashed like 20 something percent, the Bitcoin market, which then the altcoins and the meme coins and such, they went down like 50 to over 100%. Like, some of them are less than where they started. Like, it's crazy, guys. So yeah, this was a good, I know for a lot of people out there, they're thinking, oh, that's not good. It's not good that, hey, you lost money, you're showing you lost money in a video and stuff. But in reality, it's like, it's a week of profit. Like, who really cares? And with the numbers we're seeing here, it's like, in reality, if I, like today was 0.90%. If I just have 2 more days like that, I'm back in profit, right? So the reality is it doesn't really matter. But here's the thing is that it's great that we actually saw that, because we can see how the bot performs in a market that is impossible to trade in. Like, it couldn't trade in that market. No one could trade in that market, guys. Exchanges like turned off trading, right? I don't know if you're a trader, you saw this, right? You went to I tried to buy Bitcoin at 109 during the crash, which would have been an awesome buy. I wish it, because it went to 115 the next day. And my exchange would not let me buy. It wouldn't let me sell or buy because it crashed. Everything crashed, right? Like, all the exchanges crashed, everything. Like, even Binance, the biggest exchange in the world, Binance, you couldn't trade on it. You couldn't place buys or sells during that time, okay? So this was a big, big thing, guys, in our bot. Pretty much that day of that crash, I did a post about it on my Facebook. It did, I think it was 0.40 something percent. It actually lost like nothing, if you think of it. Like, it lost a day of profit basically during that crash. So I'm actually going to show you guys this. I'll go to my Facebook so you can actually see. Like, I'm not just like saying this stuff to hype up the bot or like make some shit up or whatever. Like, yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is it. This is the 2 days after the crash when I made this post. It lost 0.49% the day of the crash, the 10th. You can see that there, guys, where the price of Bitcoin dropped. I think it was, what was it? Like around 20% or 21% or something like that. Most companies closed after that because they had no more funds left, right? Because they were using leverage to trade, or they were like, it was an actual Ponzi scheme, and they were like, okay, this is our exit scheme type thing, kind of thing. And, the worst case scenario here, like for myself, I lost 0.49%. Yes, some people lost like 1.5%. Some people made 40% that day, right? Think of it, if their bot magically bought down here and then couldn't sell on its normal $200 gap or $100 gap, and it ended up selling up here, some of those people, they made 40% of their account through that trade, right? So some people got really freaking lucky, and then some people, worst case scenario that I've seen throughout my team was 1.5% loss. Most people that had a loss, guys, it looked like mine, like 0.50% or below, like that. So not that big of a deal. Like, as I said, 2 days ago was the actual day that I lost the most, and that made that 2.80% loss over 8 days or something, right? So yeah, it's pretty crazy, guys, to think like that's the worst case scenario for the market, and our bot was trading in it, and it like had or something equivalent to a day of profit, I should say, was its actual loss. So yeah, guys, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, hey, how safe is this? Like, that is the answer to your question. How safe is it? The worst case scenario that can happen happened. And we saw the outcome of it was like, in a couple days from now, my account will be back in profit. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know how I can make this any more clear to you if you're sitting on the fence about this thing, that like, you know what it is by now. It's the real deal, right? Like, this thing is like, it's good. It's really freaking good. Okay. That's what I'll say. Okay. So anyways, 0.90%. That's insane. That's crazy. I don't think that's going to be our new average. I think it's going to be around 0.60 something percent, but it's definitely, I think the average is going to go up here, guys. So yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's move on here. Let's get to the token analysis, which the token analysis, makes sense, guys. The token's going to come down through what the majority of people out there would consider bad news. Is the majority of the members had a loss there. I think 60% of the member base had a loss, and then 40% of the member base actually had profit over the past 8 days there, while the website was under maintenance and while the market crashed and all that. Some people got lucky, some people didn't, as I explained in the video here. So based upon that news, of course, that's going to bring the company's token down in value. So we hit 0.31%, but 0.31 per token. But here's the thing about this, guys, is we want this token to be low. Like, I would love to see the token around 10 cents, because what that means is that it gives people the opportunity to get the token, to get the income distribution levels, and not have a freaking huge deposit amount, right? Like, think of this. If the token was, say, $1 a token, you would need like at least over $10,000 in deposit to actually just get the token, to think about getting it. Because would you have, say for instance, would you have $1,000 deposit and then spend 4,000 USDT on tokens? No, you'd put the 4,000 USDT in your deposit amount, and then you'd have a $5,000 deposit, which would make you more money. So the token being a low price is what the members would want. They wouldn't want it to be $2 a token or $3 a token or something. That's freaking stupid, right? Anyone buying at that level is like, they don't have their screws all the way screwed in their head or something. I don't know, unless they're trying to trade it or whatever. But yeah, I don't recommend you do that. This thing's not for trading, guys. This thing's for buying and freezing. Okay, you do not want to trade this token, right? Like, we want it to be low. That's like every member that understands how this thing works. They want the token to be a low price. They don't want it to be super high. They want it to be low, right? Okay, because it gives them a buying opportunity. Okay. So we're going to go here, a buying opportunity to freeze, I'll say. Okay, this is your levels where you want to freeze. So you want to get to 80-20, okay, for as cheap as possible. So let's go over to the trade history here, and we'll go through this. The bot is freaking on fire, guys. It's like crazy how much profit it's doing. What we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to do the last 24 hours basically. So we're going to have to do from 1:30 now, so 13:30 or 13:24 is the last trade, all the way back to 13:30 yesterday, and then And then tomorrow's video, I'll try and like sort. Anyways, we're going to have to do things like that and like sort things out that way, just because I didn't do trade history over the last 8 days. But the numbers we got with this was 0.90. So I want to show you guys the trade history for that 0.90. Okay, because I did turn my bot back on yesterday after they announced the maintenance is done. I just turned it off during the maintenance and when they were setting things up and doing the redoing the settings and stuff, because like it's like, what's the point of losing money if you don't have to? Like, you can just turn your bot off until they fix that stuff, right? Okay, and they fixed it. It didn't take them that long. I thought it would have taken them a day or two, but it didn't. So back here, and we'll just go through this. So we're going to go all the way till it says 1320 for the 18th, basically, which would be full 24 hours there, okay? So this guy here is a buy sell. So that's a loss, okay? So this is a loss here. So this is what the loss looks like, okay? So obviously the settings are not exactly the same as they were before the 9th, right? When the average was 0.50. It's still doing this like little bit of drawdown thing, which I think is good if you think about it, because then it gives it a little bit more wiggle room, as in if it comes back down to its entry and then goes back up, it's not just going to sell at break even. Guys, like when you're trading and you understand your risk ratio and you understand your win rate for trading, like that's how you want to trade, is you want to have a stop loss and you don't want to have a get out at break even. The only bad part about this, how the bots are set up now, is that all my content, this is just personally for me and my team, all our content is based upon that the bots get out at break even, meaning it has, like a lot of my content, I say it has zero drawdown, which now it has drawdown, okay? So if we look at this here, we've got price action of a buy here, and then we've got our sell here, which is a difference of like $20. So I think what it's doing now is a drawdown of $20 or so. Before, it was a drawdown of cents, like 20 cents, 30 cents would be the maximum. And then after they made the changes, it was a drawdown of, well, it was hard to tell because the market was crashing, so we couldn't really tell like what the drawdown was. But I think it was around I think it was around $40 was the drawdown that they're allowing, which is, I think, is a little much. But this one here, you can see it's like $20 or so. I think if we were to go through the trades, and we'll know this in a couple days what the actual drawdown is, but to me it looks about $20, like 20 around there. Okay, so it's 0.02% basically, okay, of the account size there, or sorry, of the price of the Bitcoin there. So in my account, so this is how you have to think about it this way, is in my account, for example, it's not, if it's a losing trade, I'm not losing $20. I'm losing like 40 cents or 50 cents, right? Because my account's not trading on $109,000, right? It's trading on $1,400 to $1,500 here, okay? So I'll show you guys how to do this, because this is something you should do if you're promoting, is to figure out like how this thing actually works, right? So if we go over here and we pop that number in there. Or sorry, no, we have to figure out how much this is in Bitcoin. So let's go to Google. Okay, so we'd go like this. BTC to USD. That's what we do. Okay, so it's 14,750 at the time that trade was placed. Okay, so you got to remember, Bitcoin's going up and down in price. Right now in the exchange, we'd have to go to the exchange to look. It is a Bitcoin. That's the token. I was wondering. I was like, why does it say zero? Okay, so right now, guys, it's 109,144. Okay, and this trade was 109,056, and then this sell was 109,037. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be perfect, but this will give you an idea of the price here. Okay, so this is the buy. Okay, and then this is the sell. And we can just go copy paste with this number here. But remember, this is going to be off by cents because the price is not that price right now. And in Google, we asked, what is the price of this? And this is taking from right now, the price of Bitcoin. And here's the thing. It's taking it from, look at 109,303. So this is from a different exchange. So it's like $150 more on this exchange than it is on ours. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's probably 20 cents or 30 cents or something would actually be the loss, which adds up, right? Okay, so that's that there. And then we go just do this. And that'll give us, it's going to be, yeah, $4.69. So with ours, yeah, sorry guys, it's not 20 cents or so. So with ours, that would be like probably almost the same. Like, it's so hard to know. Yeah, I guess it would be roughly around there because we're taking this price action here, which this price action here looks about correct, right? 1478, 1473, right? And then the price difference, yeah, that would be, maybe it'd be a little bit less. I don't know, guys. Anyways, that's how you can figure things out. I'm not going to sit here and spend an hour trying to figure this out in this video. These videos are just like update videos, right? If you really, really care about it, you can figure it on your own. It's profitable. That's all I care about, okay? This guy here is a profit. So we had one loss. So let's just write down that loss here. So we'll just go to page 1. We had one loss. And then we go profit, 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 profit. So the win rate, you'll notice now, is higher than before. So profit, 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 profit. That's a loss. Okay, so we got 2 losses. Okay, and then we go to the next page. And this is going to take a long time because it does so many trades now. We got a profit, profit. That's a loss. Yes, and then we've got profit. And we've got profit yet. So one more. So 3 there. To the next page is a profit, profit. That's a loss. This is a profit. And that's a profit. And then to the next page. So we got one more loss on there. So 4. And then we've got a loss, a profit, 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 and a profit. So one more loss on there. So 5. And then to the next page is a profit, 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 loss. Okay, so next page, we got to write down one more loss. So that's 6. Okay, and we go profit, 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 and then the next page. So this is where we stop, is right here. Yeah, 13:30, and this is 13 o'clock. Okay, so it's pretty much perfect. So we go, and you can see that's when I turned my bot back on. Like, look at 9:47, and then I turned it back on at 13:30 yesterday. Okay, so that's how long the maintenance pretty much took for them to set the settings back to how they were. And then obviously it's not the same settings, but it's better than it was before, I'll tell you that. So this guy here is a profit, and profit, and profit, and then this, the first trade, is a profit. So that's the results there, guys. So we got to go back and we'll figure things out here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on page number 8. So page 8, we've got, we'll just do 4 like that. Okay, so 4 trades on page number 8. We don't count page number 8. We'll count it at the end with those 4 trades. And then we've got, so 7, it'd be 7 times 5, but I'll just count this with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 times 8 plus 4 is what we need to do. So 7 times 5 plus 4. That's what we need to do, right? Okay, so it did 39 trades, as in a buy and a sell together. So it actually did close to 80 trades, guys. It did 79 trades if you're counting a trade as an action, which that's what it is if you're a trader. Like your buy is your first trade, your sell is your next trade, right? But how I have to calculate a loss is the buy and the sell together. It tells me if it's a loss, right? Or a profit. So now we're going to grab our next command over here. So we can just delete that because we already did the math. And we need to grab this guy. So to figure out our win rate And in this video today, the most exciting time of ever, guys, we're going to actually figure out the risk ratio of Traiex, because we have 4 to 5 days of losses, which then I can figure out the risk ratio of Traiex, guys. Pretty cool. Took almost a year to do it, but now we can do that. I'm excited because I've been saying for a long time is like, that's what I really, really want to do, is say in these videos what the actual risk ratio of it is, because people always ask me like, oh, what's the risk in this? And now if I can say, well, the risk ratio is we had 219 days of profit, and we had 5 days of loss, and then we can actually use AI to figure out the risk ratio. So it's pretty cool. Okay. So before then, all we could figure out was the win ratio. That's what I've been doing in the videos, right? And then this number here was 6. Okay, so this is our win rate there. Is 84.62. So yeah, it still is the same, guys. It's just doing more trades now. So 84.62. So let's make the video title here, which is going to be a freaking crazy video title. 0.90%. 0.90%. Oh, 125. And this guy here is 80. I'll just leave it like that. Normally I round up or down, so this would be a round up, so it'd actually be 85%, but I'll just leave it like this there, because I like the looks of that. That looks nice, eh? Crazy. Okay, so let's go, and we're actually going to figure out the risk ratio of Traiex now. The first time in a video ever. So we're going to go over to the overview page. We're going to go to our spot. We're going to go put the chart like back a month. We'll go to like the 18th of this month. We'll go to the 18th here, and then we'll click on OK. This is going to give us a month of data, and this is going to, we all know through my videos, guys, that it's never had a loss from ever since it started until this day here, which was the market crash day. Okay. This thing, how it prints is like tomorrow it's going to print the 18th. So it prints like a day late. And that's why I never show this page in the videos, is because it's not proper. Like this is the 10th, this is the 11th, this is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th there, right? But you can see it says it's the 17th. So it always prints the day after kind of thing, because it's like today's trading data would print tomorrow, right? Okay. So yeah. Anyways, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of loss. I turned my bot off, and then I turned it back on this day here. This day here, it would have made me more profit. I probably would have been close to break even right now like right now my account's at a bit of a loss still because of these days, because this was it 0.82 or something like that was the loss from all these days here. And then this day here would have created probably a profit like it did today. So it would have been, I would have only, like tomorrow I would have been back in profit. But I made the decision to turn the bot off because of this day here. And I'm like, okay, what if this day is like this one? I don't like that. And I've got the opportunity to turn the bot off. So I just going to turn off. This day here, guys, we couldn't turn our bot off. Like it was still in maintenance, right? So yeah. So let's do the win ratio here now, okay? Or risk ratio, sorry. So we've got, we'll use my video titles for this, 216, and then we've got 18, 19, we got to look at the chart, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so let me just write down 21 here. So 221. And then we've got, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That does make sense. Can we base this off the videos that I've done? I don't think I've missed a day of videos. Like my last video, it says the past 8 days. Oh, shit, I made a mistake in the video title. It should say 6 days. 6 days ago. Okay. Anyways, let's edit the video title. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm not in this account. Anyways, so you can see here, I made a mistake, guys. I said the past 8 days. It's the past 6 days, 6 days ago, right? So it should be the past 6 days, because if we did that count, we've got 216. We go here, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And today is day 225. Okay, so that's how we have to do it. I made a mistake in the yesterday's video title. I said 8 days. It should have been 6 days. And you can see that by the YouTube, this one here. So anyways, I got to fix that. I'm not in my right account. You can see I'm in my Drew Burton trading account there, which is pretty soon you'll understand what that is, the Drew Burton trading account. It's going to be freaking awesome, guys. I've found the best way to make money, but you got to learn how to make money first. So, we'll do this. So we've got to go 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 221. So we have to make a new text for this. So we're going to go 221. I have had 221 days of profits and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 5 days of loss. 5 days of loss. What is my risk ratio? I think you would say risk to reward, right? To reward for my trading. I think that's what we'll figure it out in this video together. I think that's what I have to ask it. There you go. Holy shit. Guys, so I have all the data. This is why I put videos on my YouTube channel. Okay? I have all the data there. Like you can't go and look at all those videos, go through them all, and then be like, oh, this is bullshit. Whatever. There's no way it's true. 97.79% risk ratio for Traiex. That's the risk ratio for our Traiex trading bot is 97.79% that it's going to make money for you. That's pretty much 100% there. So if you have funds and you put it in the bot for the bot to trade, just based upon solely upon are you going to lose money from its trading, there's a 97.79% chance you will make more money than you put in. Okay? So that's pretty cool. That's not based upon the company as in like, is the company going to scam you or whatever. But as we saw through this market crash, if they're going to scam you, that's when, like, that'd be the best time to scam you. Like all the Ponzi schemes and stuff, guys, they all failed that day because it was their exit model was, they used the excuse of the market crashes and they say, oh, we have no more funds because of the market crash. And then they take the money they have and run and you don't hear from them again. Guys, we saw so much of that post about that and stuff, right? Everyone using leverage wiped out their account and stuff. So guys, that's freaking amazing, right? 97.79% win rate. Holy smokes. That is nuts. So yeah, I'm totally confident with going and dropping my balance back in here. So I'm going to take this 227. We're going to pop it back in there. And I wanted to wait for the results there, guys, before adding back to my balance. We're going to take this commission that I made. I'm still missing here, I'll show you in the video here. I think I showed yesterday, but I'll show you again here. I did contact support about it. They said they're looking into it. So probably this week sometime, they'll find that transaction. So it's on page, oh shit, we're not going to be able to find it now. It's past page 22. So we're just going to skip through this here until we hit 22. And then it should be, because it got canceled. I did a withdrawal of it, and then pretty much as soon as I did a withdrawal, within the next couple hours, the site went into maintenance mode, and the transaction got canceled. It didn't come back to my account, so I contacted support about it. So I'm missing $287 of commission and 88 cents. And also I'm missing the team turnover for it, which would put me under $1,000 left in my team turnover to get the 4,000 USDT bonus. So that's pretty exciting. is this right here, right? Because that's 21%. It was the sale of a $3,500 bot, which I don't have the $3,500 bot, so it'd be a 21% commission on $2,000. So we'll ask that, and we'll see how much the team turnover was for that. What is 21% of 2,000? Okay, because I only have the $2,000 bot, but someone on my team bought a what do you call it? The $3,500 bot. So that's 420. Maybe it wasn't the $2,000 bot. Maybe it's a $1,000 bot. What's 21%? Because it's two something. What's 21%? I just thought it was a $3,500 bot of $1,000. There is 210. Yeah, so it's probably 210. So it would be 1,000 off this, which would put me at like $400 left to do. Yeah, so once that gets sorted out, guys, my team turnover here till I get my $4,000 USDT reward, it's going to be like I'll have to do $400 more in sales, which is nothing. Like that's the max that is like 3 days. So as soon as that comes through, hopefully it comes through soon, and then I know like 3 days after that, I'm going to get a $4,000 USDT bonus, which is going to be it'll make, once again, like really awesome proof for the system that like through doing the comp plan and stuff, guys, I'm going to get a 4,000 USDT bonus, which is crazy, which is like pretty much the size of my deposit amount, which is nuts. Financially, I need it right now. Like I got it, like, guys, like if you look at the past, if you've been following me and you look at what happened like 3 or 4 years ago, right? So, I need to give that to my wife basically, because we need to put it back into our savings and stuff. So I'm going to definitely withdraw that. But I think what I'll do, because I did pull 1,500, I'm going to probably take 1,000 of that and put it back into the account. And then I can put it back to, I'm going to put it back to 6,000, right? Because I needed to pull whatever available balance. Like I needed to pull, what was my withdrawal? 1,500, I think. I posted it in the group. I think it was 1,500. Anyways, I need to put the account back to 6,000. There, like real life, guys. Like I needed money, right? So I just pulled from my balance, right? So there you go. Yeah, it was 1,573, which then put my balance down to like 4,877 or something. And then I'll get that $300 withdrawal. It'll come through. Add that to my account. That'll put my balance. By then, it should put it to like 55. And then, I'll probably have to use 500 from my bonus that I'm going to get of 4,000 USDT. And then the rest I can put into my savings for my deposit, down payment for the new car. So that's it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And I talked so much in this video about stuff that doesn't really matter, guys. I don't know. I'm just excited about how quickly like this thing came back on its feet. Like pretty much 6 days, guys. Like we're back on our feet here and we're earning more than we were before. And just understanding about the markets and understanding what happened on the 10th. Like I don't want to sit here and say I'm surprised like I'm still making these videos, but guys, like almost every system failed that day that dealt with trading. Like I don't think I can name a system that's real that didn't post like, sorry, we got to close our doors, or like we're having big problems, just trust us. We're going to restart basically. Like you have to put more funds into your account. That's like, guys, all day long, I was seeing posts like that on the 11th and the 12th after that market crash, like company announcements just saying, sorry, we have to close, or sorry, members, please keep your trust in us, and, fresh deposits are available for you and all this kind of stuff, right? Like trying to get the members to fund more. And Traiex basically just announced, hey, we got to put things in maintenance mode. And it wasn't a problem on their end. It was a problem on the liquidity provider's end, because the liquidity provider actually lost money that day, guys. Like the liquidity provider lost money, right? Because of the market crash. So, it wasn't even Traix's problem. And during that time, they, even after, guys, they opened things back up, and then they had to make changes to their bot. So yeah, it's kind of nuts when you think about it, like that everything else out there pretty much got ruined. And Traiex came out on top, as in some people lost a little itty bitty portion of money, like maybe a week's of profits. And then some people made like 40% of their account balance. It's crazy, and if you understand the markets, you can understand why that happened. Okay. So craziness. Okay. That's it for today's video, guys. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video, which will just be back to normal, short little boom, 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 10-minute long videos. And yeah, that's it. See ya.